Hello, welcome back to MattandRuss.com. I'm Matt. Thank you so much for stopping by. This week, I'm going to make it short and sweet and simple and direct to the point, and something that's really been on my heart lately, and has been for a lot of years. It's actually one of my favorite verses, and God's really just brought it back to my attention recently, and so I wanted to share that with you. Stepping back a little bit, last week, Russ talked to us and blessed us with Matthew 6:34. It says, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." And I held on tight to that last week, and I hope you did as well. Just knowing that God provides and that He promises that He will, and He never gives us too much we can't handle. And so to lay those anxieties aside and just trust Him more. This week, I wanted to bring to your attention a verse that, like I said, I hold dear to my heart, and it's 1 Timothy 4:12, and it says, "Do not let anyone look down on you because you're young, but set an example for the believers in speech, life, love, faith, and in purity." And those are 5 things that I really believe can spark a generation of Christians to just get on fire for Christ. And those are things that I feel like a couple episodes ago we talked about conforming to the patterns of the world in Romans 12. And this week I believe that these are some of the things that we've begun to conform to and that we need to step out of and set an example, not just for the non-believers, but for believers of the body as a whole. And so, like I said, one thing back, I believe I was 15 years old. I was on a church retreat, and I felt like God was calling me into the music ministry to lead worship, which is what I do now, full-time as a ministry. And God really showed me this verse, and He's like, "Matt, don't let people look down on you because you're young, but stand up in these things and set an example for the believers in this." And I was just like, all right, game time. And so I wanted to share that with you. 2 things I want to challenge you for this week. Obviously, one that we do every week is to memorize the verse and hold tight to that and keep it deep in your heart. But also, there's 5 factors that, like I said, there's speech, life, love, faith, and purity. And every week, I'm going to be tweeting something at Matt and Russ as our Twitter account, at Matt and Russ. And I'm going to be tweeting something that has to do with each one of those. Tomorrow Sunday. On Monday, we'll start with speech. And I'm just going to dive into a little bit more speech and throw some extra verses in there to read and look at and study. And then the next day on Tuesday, we'll do life, and then we'll do love, faith, and purity. And then it'll be time for a new video. So we'll come back and see how it went and see what you guys thought. So I hope that you'll stay tuned for that, and I hope that you will journey with us through that. So pay attention to the Twitter. Show your friends these videos. Our heart's really not to become some YouTube sensation by any means, but to really just to encourage and equip and challenge our generations and our brothers and sisters like yourself. And so, please don't be shy to share the vids and get the word out, just what Christ is doing in your life. And so, be encouraged. 1 Timothy 4:12. Memorize it, love it, live it, plead it, pray it, all that stuff. And get on the Twitter account with us at Matt and Russ, and stay attentive to that as I will be updating that throughout the week. So again, short, quick, to the point, but I believe that throughout the week God will reveal some things to you that just really kind of hit home with me a lot, and that He'll hit home with you. And so send us an email what God's doing in your life at info@mattandruss.com. And even this week or even in the past, just what God's been showing you through these videos, and if these things are being a help to you at all, or if you have any questions that you'd like us to address in future videos, just shoot us something and say, hey, if you don't want to tell us your name, that's totally cool, but this is what God's doing in my life, and this is what per se on Monday when we study speech together via Twitter, maybe you can say, hey, God really opened up my eyes to this today, and that's an encouragement to us, and we'd love to address that. So info@mattandruss.com. So I'm going to let you go. Thanks for tuning in again. Be praying for you guys this week. If you have any prayer requests, you can send them our way also at info@mattandruss. And check us out on Twitter and share the word of mattandruss.com. We love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.